What is going on YouTube? Savage here, bringing you the top 8 returning weapons from previous Borderlands games in the new Borderlands 3. Now without further ado, let's get into the video, starting off with number 8, the Baby Maker. This weapon's return has me ultimately excited for the release of Borderlands 3. The Baby Maker was one of my favourite TDR weapons and legendaries, overall giving a completely different playstyle and change in the game. I just hope the change in some of the mechanics of Borderlands 3 will make the playstyle just as enjoyable as Borderlands 2. I also hope that all the characters will actually be compatible with this weapon, as in Borderlands 2 only Axton and sometimes Krieg could use this weapon, compared to everyone else not being as well suited for it. Jumping into number 7 is the Devastator. This gun was known as one of the worst weapons in all of Borderlands 2, as it was so glitchy, dull, and all round boring to use, especially since it was a serif weapon. By this Borderlands 3 gameplay of the Devastator, they have fixed its glitch, where its bullets were coming from behind the gun, and will hopefully make it a bit more enjoyable overall. Smashing in at number 6 is the Soba. The Soba mechanics of shooting out 3 bullets at the cost of 1 at a certain range was extremely enjoyable for me, and I thoroughly enjoyed using the Soba throughout all my gameplays of Borderlands 2 and cannot wait to use it in Borderlands 3. It especially has me excited because I loved the skin and the feel of the gun in Borderlands 2 and hope it does not change too much in Borderlands 3. Swooping in at number 5 is the Bearcat. The Bearcat was known as one of the worst weapons in all of Borderlands 2 due to it using so much ammunition in one fireburst, or just having not enough damage to sustain its own playstyle. Coming in at number 4 is the Unforgiven. The Unforgiven is a returning weapon from Borderlands 1 and 2, but ultimately are different in both games. The one from Borderlands 3, the gameplay from Borderlands 3 is more looking like the weapon from Borderlands 2 over Borderlands 1, which is more slowly fire rate even though it is a Jacob's weapon, but high damage and high crit. The Unforgiven in Borderlands 1 was known as a pretty overpowered weapon, but in the Borderlands 2 it was more known as an underpowered weapon due to its slow fire rate. In Borderlands 3 it is looking to have the same status as Borderlands 2, except it looks like it has having a bit more damage and probably another crit buff. Making its return in at number 3 is the Butcher. The Butcher is my favourite shotgun in all of Borderlands 2, not only because it was a pearl that was actually good, but because of the shotgun's ability to regenerate ammo as it was shooting. An extremely fast fire rate for the weapon was making it more enjoyable, and the incredible accuracy it had as well. Hopefully in Borderlands 3 it has these same mechanics, but just dialed down to the legendary status, as pearls in Borderlands 2 were not known as the best weapon. Killing it in at number 2 is Sledge's Shotgun. Sledge's Shotgun is a returning shotgun from Borderlands 1 and 2, but is more likely in Borderlands 3 looking like Borderlands 2's version instead of Borderlands 1 of a 2-shot, and more like a 16 bullet ammunition round bandit weapon, or Children of the Vault weapons now as they call them in Borderlands 3. Either way, this weapon is highly damaged and extremely fun to use. It was not the best in Borderlands 2, but was definitely underrated. I went to this weapon multiple times in my playthroughs to get me through hard situations. But the fun thing is the ability of the gun, shooting twice fast, but having high ammunition at good spread. This weapon also had fun abilities in Borderlands 1 though, of its kickback, where everyone would ultimately use it for that same reason. Now at number 1, the gun that has me most excited for Borderlands 3's release is the Infinity Pistol. The Infinity Pistol was the very first legendary I ever got in Borderlands 2, which was the first Borderlands games I actually played, and it was the most fun weapon in my opinion, especially since I was playing Axton my very first game through, and it helped me so much, and hope its mechanics are just as good in Borderlands 3. I hope it has just the same amount of damage, just the same amount of accuracy and fire rate in the Borderlands 3 as it did in Borderlands 2. But in Borderlands 3 I've seen that the skin was way different and actually looks a bit better in my opinion. It still shoots in that infinity pattern, going round in an infinity symbol, which is just as fun gameplay as Borderlands 2 and makes it even more challenging and more fun to use. There we go guys, there's the top 8 returning weapons from Borderlands 1 and 2 back into Borderlands 3. I hope you all enjoyed the video, subscribe, like, share, and I'll hopefully see you guys next time. Later.